Hello once again from the beautiful garden of England, although it's a very, very windy one at the moment. But having said that, the wind isn't as strong as the wind of change that is coming. That's a fact. Before I say what I want to say, let me just mention Margaret Thatcher. A lot of people hated her, and personally I think I disagree with many things, but she was a strong leader. And in her book, she wrote that the two biggest tragedies to happen in this world were World War I and World War II. And they both started in Europe. And they were both decided out of Europe. What will happen now? When things come to a head, who's going to save us now? America won't, that's for sure. The rest of the world, they hate us. And who can blame them? Anyway, this basically is a serious update to add to yesterday's monologue about the plight of Europe. And I'll leave a link to someone who knows an awful lot more than I do, and much respect to him. And he is a former British diplomat, Mr. Alistair Crooke, and he's being interviewed by the very respected Judge Andrew Napolitano. And I'll let you listen to his words. You only need to listen to the first 10 minutes about Europe, but the whole video is very, very worthwhile listening to. Now, it transpires that the mayor of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko, has just purchased a mansion in Germany for €6 million. Let that sink in. That's a big house. And this in a time when European farmers are down at heel and cannot make a living because of the Europe's stance on net zero, which is impossible to obtain. Now, it appears that those still in power in Ukraine realise that the country is crumbling, and their aim is to steal as much as they possibly can and run for it, just like rats leaving a sinking ship. And I would imagine those in charge of the EU are panicking because they realise that they are leaving a huge debt only to be paid by member states. And that's why Hungary objected. But in the end, they caved in because they were threatened with economic disaster by the EU. I shake my head. And let me ask you, are you, as an EU member, happy to be taxed to the hilt for many years to come to pay for some oligarch's mansion in a foreign country? And let's face it, he's not alone. There are many, many of these people with noses in the trough. Anyway, I'll leave you to listen to this well-informed man. Only for 10 minutes, that's all you need. And it may surprise you to learn what is really occurring in Europe. And I thank you once again for listening. Please give us an uptick. It does help the algorithm, and more importantly, it helps to spread the real news. Thank you, and bye-bye.